Welcome back to another EDH deck tech. This is my Crick Son of Yawgmoth deck. If you've seen some of my other videos, you'll know that I really like mono black. I do have Crick Son of Yawgmoth a lot in the 99 of decks to help ramp things out using its Phyrexian mana. But I finally decided to make a deck around Crick. It's been a blast to play. There are two things I really like about Magic. I really like to use my life total as a resource. I play Grixis Death Shadow in Modern, so I do enjoy that anxiety that comes from getting your life total really low and really utilizing it to its full potential. And as well as life gain strategies, I do enjoy a lot of life gain. So I'm happy that I was able to kind of mix the two together. So we'll go through the deck. So first up is Pestilence. So great card. You can use your Phyrexian mana to activate its cost, which is really nice, and you can deal 1 damage to all the players and creatures. So you can get rid of those pesky mana dorks and tokens and things like that, and really start to maintain the board and also manage other opponents' life totals. So that's really, really nice because there are a few effects that are based on our opponent's life totals. So this one's just a really powerful card just to kind of manage. And there's a bit of nuance because you do want to keep creatures around so that you don't have to sacrifice it. And then Pestilence Demon. Again, same effect, except this one's on a creature. So you can actually give Pestilence Demon lifelink, and you will gain that life back. So that's a really nice added bonus. So Pestilence Demon is a real focus around the deck. So Profane Transfusion. This is another nice one. If I can't really get a lot of life gain going or my opponents are attacking out at me, I can just get my life really low and then exchange it with someone who's got the highest life total, and the game suddenly changes and they are now in a really poor position and a threat to be removed from the game. So I do really enjoy playing this one. It's kind of one of those I got you kind of like trap card. It is 6 mana and 6 life to cast with Phyrexian mana, so it's relatively okay to spend rather than the 9 mana. So it's a lot of fun. And then also in addition, Repay in Kind. So again, if I can't get those life gain effects in place, I can just completely send the game into chaos. Everyone is now the lowest life total, which is most likely going to be me. And now everyone else is at threat. And I might have things that can start pinging people's life totals down. So it's quite nice. Or I can then exchange and get some more life, which is really good because I have the life gate effects. Okay, so protection. You do need to protect Crick. It will be targeted. So Malakir Rebirth is just going to cost 4 life for this one. And then I can just get my Crick back, which is really nice. And it's a land on the other side. So if I need a land, I can play it. Lightning Greaves, going to give my Commander Shroud. Great, classic. And then Swiftfoot Boots, going to give it Hexproof, which is really nice. Okay, Extort. So I do play a lot. I play all the mono black Extort cards that I can. Extort is a really great mechanic with Crick. You essentially pay the 2 Phyrexian life to activate it, and you will do 3 damage. If you have 3 opponents, you'll do 3 damage, so you'll be netting 1 life. So Extort is a really powerful effect because essentially it's free and you'll be just gaining a life every time you cast a spell. So Thrall Parasite is the cheapest of that effect. Basilica Screecher, another cheap one. Cryptgrass. Cryptgrass is great. It's a classic in black decks. I play a lot of swamps, so doubling up those swamps is really great as well as it has Extort. Syndicate Enforcer, again, has Extort. This is probably the worst one of it, but I just want as much Extort as I can. And then Pontiff of Blight, so give all my creatures Extort. I want as many Extort creature effects going off at once. I want to be pinging everyone's life totals down, and I want to be gaining that life. Okay, so in addition, so we've got life gain effects. So with Prism Ring, it's just cheap. You're obviously going to name black. And then whenever you cast a black spell, you're going to get that life, which is just nice. Just 1 life here and there can help, but is probably the worst of these effects. But it's just nice to have. Vampiric Link. This is an interesting card because it is essentially 2 life to cast with Phyrexia mana, and you are going to give your creature a pseudo lifelink, so you can double up on lifelink with Crick because you're not actually giving it lifelink. You're saying every time it does damage, you gain that much life, which is essentially what lifelink does, but is not lifelink. So it's nice to be able to double up, and it's just 2 life to cast. Blood Artist, just cheap. Creatures are dying all the time. Your opponents are getting lower, and you're getting higher in life. Demon's Horn, 2 mana, relatively cheap, and it's whenever a player casts a spell. So black is a popular color, so your opponents will be hopefully casting black spells as well, so you're going to get multiple triggers off this. Yara, First Locked Wayne, just a value creature. You don't have that many creatures. They will be black though, and you can draw some cards, and you'll be gaining life, and your opponent's losing life. But the interesting thing is it's 6 life to cast. It's not necessarily 3 mana all the time, so you can just get it out, and it's good for devotion as well. Staff of the Death Magus. So this is kind of like just like Prism Ring, except it's also when swamps come in. I play a lot of swamps, so this will trigger and then also trigger on my spells casting, which is nice. Dread Presence, again, a lot of swamps coming in. You're going to get that that trigger, and you can draw cards, which is nice. You're going to get that Phyrexian Arena effect going off as well. And then Whip of Erebos, just to give my creatures lifelink. Things like Pestilence Demon, give it lifelink so that it can activate and also gain me life, which is really nice, and all my other creatures lifelink, which is great. Alhammar's Archive. So this is an interesting one. I found when I was playing the deck that I really wanted to increase my life gain as well as increase my draw, because essentially I will be I want to draw more cards to cast those spells, to gain more life, to then draw more cards and cast those spells. So I wanted to double up on that. So doubling up on both those effects in one card is really nice. Venser's Journal. The no maximum hand size is actually quite beneficial. There are a few ways to get a really large hand size, and then getting life for each card in your hand, just great. Or maybe you might be just netting 5 life a turn. That's essentially 2 free mana every turn if you're gaining 4 or 5 life. So that's quite nice. All right, so weaponizing that life gain. So I've got a lot of that incremental life gain here and now when I start weaponizing against my opponents. So Veto, Thorn of the Dust Rose. Whenever I gain life, my opponents are going to lose life. Now this does combo with Exquisite Blood. I don't play Exquisite Blood in this deck, but you could easily just swap out a card for Exquisite Blood and it would be much better. But I don't play any kind of infinite combo, especially with Crick, because he's very powerful. But I do want to start weaponizing that life gain so that I can start hitting people's life totals. 8th Flux Reservoir, same thing. I can play a lot of spells in a turn, and so I can then use that life to start attacking my opponent. This isn't really the kind of deck that will get to 150 life and you just take out everyone, but it is there sitting as a threat, which is nice. And then Sanguine Bond, same thing as Veto, but it's enchantment, so it's a little harder to remove. Again, also combos with Exquisite Blood. Witch of the Moors, this one's really nice. It has Death Touch, so it kind of deters people from attacking me, which is great. And I only need to gain 1 life, so it will usually trigger, and everyone gets to sacrifice a creature, and I get to bring a creature back. So it's just added value, just kind of activating and utilizing that life gain in a different way. Okay, removal. So I will be paying life a lot. Font of Agonies, great card. You only have to pay 8 life in your Phyrexia mana, so across whatever spells, and then the 2 life, and then 1 generic mana to target and destroy a creature. So it's repeatable, it's great, it's cheap, it can get down early. Just nice removal. Feed the Swarm, great, hits a lot of different permanents, a lot of creatures and enchantments that you can't deal with. And yes, you're going to be losing life, so you're going to be getting your life total down for some of your repaying kind effects, things like that. And it's also a 1 mana sorcery, 1 mana 2 life, and then whatever the mana value of the thing that you destroyed. So it's nice. Baleful Mastery. This one I've been putting in a lot of my black decks lately. I just find it's just super cheap. So for Crick, it's going to be 2 life and 1 mana. Instant to exile target creature or planeswalker. So just really, really, really cheap. And you're going to be giving your opponent a card, but normally that card doesn't really matter in the long run, or you might give it to an opponent that's about to lose the game or whatever, or somebody that's really far behind. You don't have to give it to the person that lost that permanent. So really, really efficient. Deadly Rollick, free. I want to be casting my commander, so this will be activated, and it is free. I don't even pay Phyrexian mana for this one, so this one's even better. Yeah, just target exile target creature. Hagra Mauling. This one, it's an expensive effect. It's worse than murder, but it does have a land on the other side, so it comes in as tap land. So if I need a land, it's great. If not, it's 4 life and 2 mana to destroy target creature. So that's still decent enough. So I don't mind Hagra Mauling. Tendrils of Corruption. This one's probably one of the worst removals, but I do play a lot of swamps. I do like the Lifegain, and it's essentially 3 mana and 2 life, and then I'm going to gain some of that life back, so that's nice. Alright, some board wipes, so Toxic Deluge, using that life, I'm going to be hopefully gaining life. It's cheap, efficient, really great. It gets around indestructible. Damnation, great. Kills a lot of things, and it's just relatively cheap. 2 mana, 4 life to destroy our creatures. Mutilate, I've been playing a lot of swamps, so -1 is going to be great. It's going to get around indestructible, and it's 2 mana and 4 life again. And then Riva Demon, this one's just a nice big beater. You do have to cast it from your hand, and it's going to destroy all non-artifact, non-black creatures, so it's going to hit some stuff, but not all stuff. So you're going to get net a few creatures, but a nice little 6/6 flyer, and it has a lot of devotion pips, and it can also, you can pay 8 life into this if you want to get your life total down. So yeah, fun card. Okay, some draw. So you do want a lot of card draw. Night's Whisper, put in pretty much all of my black decks. Just super cheap and efficient. Draw 2, lose 2, or 1 mana, lose 4, draw 2. Sounds great to me. Sign of Blood. This one's even nicer because you don't actually have to pay any mana, so it's lose 6 life, draw 2 cards. Interesting. Necropotence, just one of the best draw cards in the game. You have a lot of no maximum hand size effects, so you could pay into this quite a lot, and it can also help you get that life total really far down because maybe you want to Profane Transfusion somebody or repaying kind. You can really get down to 1 life and then ping somebody out with Extort. So this one's really nice, and also it's only 6 mana to cast, 6 life to cast. Phyrexian Arena. This one's it's an okay draw spell, good for devotion. I'm going to be netting that extra card every turn. Yeah, it's good. Greed. So 3 mana, 2 life, and then 4 life for every card I draw. And you can do it at instant speed. So if I need to manage my life total, this is a great way, and I'll be netting cards. Read the Bones. Another one that kind of goes with that Night's Whisper, Sign in Blood kind of package. It's an extra mana, but it's going to scry 2. But essentially, this is lose 4, scry 2, draw 2 for 2 mana. Seems pretty good to me. You can't play Crick without obviously your dad. So Yawgmoth. You don't really have too many creatures that you're going to sacrifice, but it can obviously get you some value, so it's nice to draw some cards. But it's there, and it's only 2 mana and 4 life to cast. and you need your approval from your dad. Stinging Study. This is a new one from Strixhaven. I've been really enjoying this one. This one's it's a big one because you are going to draw X cards. So you're going to draw 7 cards and you're going to lose 7 life. So something that we're already kind of managing anyway. But you can actually do this for 4 mana and lose 9 life and draw 7 cards at instant speed. Sounds like great value to me. And then Bolus the Citadel, great mono black card. You are only going to be paying 3 mana and 6 life for this, and then just churning out spells afterwards. So you want to have a healthy life total, and you want to get kind of those life gain effects in, but super powerful. And then Liliana Dreadhorde General. Does everything that you want to be doing in mono black, creating blockers, destroying creatures, and the ult is pretty game winning as well. And you're going to be drawing a lot of cards when your creatures die. So just really good, and you can get it out for 4 mana and 4 life. Okay, Peer into the Abyss. Oh, this one's great. I wouldn't have found a spot for this card outside of this deck. This is probably more like a CDH kind of card. But the fact is that you can pay 4 mana, 6 life, and draw, your half your library, and lose half your life. So maybe you're at 20 life and you're going to lose only 10 for like 30, 40 cards. Now that is some value. And there are a couple no maximum hand size effects, so you're going to get a lot of value out of this one. Or you can target another opponent. There are reasons why we would want to target another opponent that will come up shortly. Yeah, this one's a lot of fun to have so many cards in hand. And it's good with Vence's Journal as well. Village Broker Blood just pairs with Crit so well. You're going to be paying life to cast your spells, which means you're going to be losing life, which means you're going to be drawing cards. This is just, the best that comes with it. If I did play reanimation effects, this would definitely be something that I would want to be reanimating super early. But I can just play it for 6 life and 5 mana. So still really good. You just play Crick on 4 mana and then this, and you're good to go. Okay, some tutors. So I do play a lot of utility lands. So Expedition Map, just great. It's going to get me the land that I need. Vampiric Tutor. You're going to be losing 4 life to put anything on top of your deck. Great. You want to be putting Necropotence, Peer into the Abyss, Bolus the Citadel. Put those kind of big beta cards, or maybe you need some of that life gain. You need that Vence's Journal or something like that. To get that life gain going, you just put it on top. Demonic Tutor, great. 1 mana, 2 life to get any card. Can't get better than that. Dark Ritual, so this is ramp. 2 life to get 3 mana in my mana pool. Fantastic. And then Cabal Ritual, same thing. And if you get Threshold, it's even better. Blood Pet. Interesting one. It just costs 2 life to kind of get it in and kind of keep that black mana in the pool ready to go. Kind of almost like a treasure token. You can just kind of keep this one around for when you need it. So really good. Soul Ring, classic. Arcane Signet, now classic. Blood Celebrant. This one's really nice. So you can activate its ability and pay 1 life. So you're essentially paying 3 life. And you're adding an additional mana to your mana pool. So just if you need to get that extra mana going, because there are a lot of effects that have some high generic costs, you can utilize that. So 3 mana for that is not that great, but just it's additional on top of what you would have already had. So nice, and it only costs 2 life to cast, so really good. Felwar Stone. One of your opponents will be playing black most likely. If not, you can just treat it as a Mind Stone kind of effect. Jet Medallion, lots of black cards, so really good. Mind Stone, talking about that. It's nice. You can draw a card late game, but you don't really care because we're mono black, so we don't care about the colorless. We just want a 2 mana rock so that we can get Crick out on turn 3. Thought Vessel, no maximum hand size, great for Peer into the Abyss. And then Nakana Revenant, this kind of goes with Cryptghast in doubling your swamps. You can pay into Nakana Revenant's ability to kind of pump it up. Maybe you've got given it lifelink and you can pump it up and get that back. So that's always nice, but it's there for the double effect. Okay, some win conditions. So in Sanguinate, you can really pump into this. There's a bit of big mana theme in this deck, so you can really pump out and get people's life totals down with Pestilence and those Extorts, and then Exsanguinate to get the last bit out, which is nice. Underworld Dreams. So this one's a nice one that I've put in. Again, it's 3 black pips, so it's 6 life to cast. It doesn't cost any mana with Crick out. And your opponents are going to be taking that 1 damage. So kind of like a Pestilence effect, Extort effect, where you're going to be getting people's life totals incrementally down. And also this does combo with Peer into the Abyss, so you can target a player and they're going to draw 30, 40 cards and hopefully do 30, 40 damage. So if you're down to 1-1, you can just Peer into the Abyss somebody and it's gonna get them. So it's quite nice. Again, it doesn't cost mana to play if you've got Crick out. And then Grey Merchant of Asphodel goes in all mono black decks. As you saw, there are cards with 4 mana pips, black mana pips even. So Devotion is really high in this deck. So getting this out is generally a game winner. And then Ancient. So now my lands, so Ancient Tomb. Just great. I want to get that down early and get Crick out. And yeah, start getting that life, getting those spells out, which is great. Bajuka Bog just gets everyone's graveyard, gets somebody's graveyard, sorry. And yeah, just really good utility. Cabal Coffers, I play a lot of swamps. I want to be ramping out as fast as possible. I don't want to be using that for X amount if I don't have to. So yeah, really getting those big mana spells, and it goes great into an Sanguinate. Cabal Coffers, the baby version of Cabal Coffers, Cabal Strongholds. So this one does only work with basic swamps, so do keep that in mind, but I do play a lot of basic swamps. Nixos, trying to Nyx, again, Devotion. I'm playing a lot of Devotion, so that's really good. Yeah, I want to get those effects out as soon as possible. Reliquary Tara, again, no maximum hand size. It's great for Peer into the Abyss and Necropotence and things like that. And the colorless mana we don't really care too much about because we're mono black. That's really good. Strip Mine, I do always play 1 land destruction land in my deck, depending on budget. It'll be a Ghost Quarter or a Strip Mine or Wasteland, something like that. Somebody will be playing Cabal Coffers themselves or Guy's Cradle or whatever. So you do want to take out some lands. So I do always play a land destruction effect like that. Urborg, just to turn some of those utility lands into swamps so they have more swamps. Turns Cabal Coffers itself into a swamp, so it counts itself. Just really great. And then War Room. War Room's an interesting one. I used to have Castle Locthwain in this spot, but I changed it out to War Room. It's 1 life and 3 mana, plus tap this, so 4 mana, 1 life to draw a card. Sometimes I have nothing to do, and I'll just draw that card. Where Castle Locthwain was always, if I had cards in my hand, it would always kind of ping me for some more. So this one's just really nice to have, and I don't really care about the colors. And then the rest of the deck is just swamps. So just lots of swamps, because you want to be hitting the Cabal Coffers and you want to be hitting Cabal Stronghold, and you also want to make sure that you have enough swamps to pay for those, 3-4 mana black pip kind of cards. So yeah. So that's my Crick Son of Yawgmoth deck. Just super, super fun. Really, really interesting puzzle to solve. And it does definitely garner a lot of table hate. So do keep that in mind. Yeah, really fun to play. Enjoy.